He ran in like a storm, 6'2", hair flying, a roar that echoed across cricket grounds from Sharjah to Sydney. This is the story of Shapoor Zadran, a refugee who became a nation's hope and whose final innings was fought not on a cricket field but in a hospital bed. He passed away on July 7, 2026, one day before his 39th birthday. Shapoor Zadran was born on July 8, 1987 in Logar province, Afghanistan, a region that, at the time, was engulfed in war. His parents and early family life were rarely spoken of publicly. Like many Afghans of his generation, he preferred to let his cricket speak instead. What we do know is this: he was the eldest of 10 siblings, 4 brothers and 6 sisters, and from a young age the weight of responsibility sat on his shoulders.
As war swallowed his homeland, Shapoor's family fled across the border to Peshawar, Pakistan. There, in a foreign city, among thousands of displaced Afghan families, a young boy found something that would change his life forever: cricket. He started playing hardball cricket in 2001, training at Peshawar's Arbab Niaz Stadium and Gymkhana. Cricket wasn't just a game for refugee children like Shapoor, it was an escape, a language that needed no translation, a small patch of normal life in a world that had none. Here's what makes his story remarkable. His own family didn't initially support his cricket ambitions, so Shapoor did something quietly brave. He went to his first Afghanistan team trial in secret without telling them. He first dreamed of playing for Pakistan, idolizing the express pace of Shoaib Akhtar. But everything changed when former Pakistan ODI player Iqbal Sikandar began coaching in Afghanistan. Shapoor made a decision that would define his legacy. He went home, not to Pakistan's colors, but to Afghanistan's. His rise was extraordinary. He debuted for Afghanistan in the 2004 ACC Trophy. By 2009, he'd made his List A and first-class debuts and picked up 4 wickets for just 24 runs on his ODI debut against the Netherlands, instantly announcing himself as a bowler to fear. Between 2009 and 2020, Shapoor Zadran played 44 one-day internationals and 36 T20 internationals for Afghanistan, taking 80 wickets combined across formats. He was part of the Afghan sides that won promotion through World Cricket League Divisions 5, 4 and 3, the unglamorous, grinding tournaments that laid the foundation for everything that came after.
His crowning moment came at the 2015 Cricket World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, the only World Cup he ever played. Bowling with fire and hostility, Shapoor finished as Afghanistan's leading wicket-taker in the tournament with 10 wickets, and it wasn't just the ball. Against Scotland, it was Shapoor who struck the winning runs, sealing Afghanistan's first-ever World Cup victory. In the 2012 T20 World Cup, he'd already shown his all-round fight, stitching together a record 9th wicket partnership of 44 runs with Gulbuddin Naib. Despite Afghanistan earning Test status in 2017, Shapoor never got to play the format he'd worked his whole career toward, a quiet heartbreak in an otherwise storied career. Off the field, Shapoor was intensely private. Details about his marriage and his children were never made public. He chose deliberately to keep that part of his life away from cameras and headlines. What was public was his presence, a towering figure with flowing hair, known to say, "I am angry every time I bowl." A bowler has to be angry, so his reaction carries over to the batsman. To younger Afghan cricketers like Rashid Khan and Mohammad Nabi, he was more than a teammate. He was a mentor, someone who proved that a boy from dusty refugee grounds could still make it to Lords and the MCG.
In October 2025, Shapoor first felt unwell back home in Afghanistan. By January 2026, he was airlifted to New Delhi for treatment. Doctors diagnosed him with hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, HLH, a rare life-threatening disorder where the immune system turns on the body itself. His brother Gamai described it starkly. His whole body was full of infection, including tuberculosis. It spread to his brain. In March 2026, during Ramadan, a bone marrow test confirmed the disease had reached stage 4.
Sorrowful, he was placed in the ICU, his weight falling from 98 kilos to just 84. He was discharged once, seemed to recover for nearly 3 weeks, and then the infection returned aggressively, forcing him back into intensive care. Deadpan. He never left it again. He may have been thousands of miles from home, but Shapoor never fought alone. Rashid Khan and Afghanistan Cricket Board Chairman Mirwais Ashraf personally intervened to fast-track his Indian visa, using every contact they had. Once in Delhi, the visits began. Former captain Asghar Afghan stayed by his side for days. Teammates and coaches walked straight from the team hotel to his hospital room. And it wasn't just his own team. Former Pakistan captain Shahid Afridi called his brother personally saying, "You've always been a fighter on the field and I know you'll fight this too." Even former Afghan President Hamid Karzai called to check on him. For a man who spent his career striking fear into batsmen, the outpouring of love in his final months revealed something else: how deeply he was respected on every side of the border. On July 7th, 2026, one day before what would have been his 39th birthday, Shapoor Zadran passed away.
The Afghanistan Cricket Board called him one of the foundation-laying figures of Afghanistan cricket. He didn't just play for a team, he built one, running in, roaring from a refugee camp in Peshawar to cricket grounds across the world. Rest in peace, Shapoor Zadran. Afghanistan will never forget the boy who ran like a storm.